everyone, it's Matt from Muzik Speaks, and today I've got the pleasure of talking to the amazing acoustic house trio that is Life of Dillon. Well, two of you anyway.
Rob's not here right now. But,
he's working on some music.
That's fine. How are you guys anyway?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very well, very well. Nice Sunday morning. In Brighton. So yeah.
It's funny. We didn't even realise that you were English.
Really? Do you think I was?
Yeah,
American?
when you were messaging us, we were like, oh, I guess he's probably in some state in America.
No, I'm British.
or German, because your things like music shit, kind of
like the Z and the K.
Right.
No, I'm British. So what's new with you guys at the moment?
So we're back in England. We just got off tour with Megan Trainor and Charlie Puth, and we actually got a show on Thursday. So we're over here rehearsing, working on some new music, and just
living life. It's just good to be back home. We were away for so long, and really since we've got back, we've seen some friends, some family. Spent a little time doing that, and now it's just like catching up with the music, trying to work on album number 2, and Robert, who's not here now, is stemming and getting the album 1 ready for mixing.
Nice.
So just moving forward with that.
Cool. So you guys are British, but how come you decided to start in the US?
It wasn't so much that we decided to start there. I think we were just looking for any opportunity we could.
Yeah.
And had it come out of the UK, we would be here. I think it just so happened that the guy that we started speaking to, Adam Alpert, who started his joint ventures with Sony on the records and the publishing, was based in America.
Okay.
And he was one of the first people to kind of gravitate towards our music and say, this is really good stuff, and I want to work with you guys.
Yeah, that was just the opportunity we had. At the time, we were pretty broke and desperate to sell any music. We were working as writers before and sending our stuff through publishing companies, through Notting Hill Music, to get cuts in Asia predominantly. We were sending a lot of stuff out there, and no one was really biting too much on any of our stuff. And at some point, we were staying in my mum's house, and at some point, my mum, who lived abroad, came back and was like, "You guys, you need to get out of, you need to get a real job," kind of thing. And at that point, we had to, no joke.
I've been like slumming it at his mum's house for like 4 years, like on and off.
Funny thing, anyway, so we really had like a couple months to either make it or move on. Yeah. And we just started emailing loads of people our music and telling them what we do and what we want to be doing
in the UK, in America, in Australia, and everywhere. And
they got it in America. They were the ones that bit. So
that's fair enough. Yeah, no, I get that. I think it's cool. So have you got plans to kind of, obviously you said you've got your Charlie Puth thing coming up. Have you got plans to kind of try and bring yourselves over here as well now and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, so we're with Epic Records in the US, and then we're with their sister label with Columbia in the UK, and we're just kind of getting a plan together and seeing what kind of opportunities there are for us over here. We've released Overload is on streaming services, so like Spotify and YouTube and all these other places. And it's strange, when you think about it, we've actually got an EP released in the US, but it's not yet released over here in the UK. And it's funny to think that they haven't got access to the same music, and it's like its own little
microclimate.
Yeah,
things here are just done slightly differently. The way the industry is, set up here is different, and that's why it's not all come out at the same time. I can even imagine a situation where certain songs might not be released in either or places. People just do what's best for that market.
Yeah, of course.
But definitely we want to be big worldwide, and bringing it home is really important to us. And as we have the opportunity to do that, we're going to do that.
Cool. Yeah, no, because I have to say I'm a big fan of the EP. I think I love it. I think it's sort of very different, and I had it imported myself because I knew I couldn't get it over here. So yeah, but have you got any ideas of an album release date yet or anything?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at kind of November time for the album release date. And once that's in place, I feel like there's going to be. I mean, that's going to be in the US though. So, or is that a global release? I don't even know.
Have you got?
Dreams here.
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, mate.
Anyway, whatever. Like,
have you got thoughts of a title, or like how many tracks will be on it, or?
So the actual first half of first third of the album is the EP.
Yeah,
so it's a complete my album. So like it's
still going to be called
Prologue.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll probably change the image slightly, and
12 songs, 12,
Okay.
13 songs on there.
maybe 14 songs. Who knows?
Cool. 20, 25,
Yeah.
50.
But we've done them all. They're ready. They're currently being mixed and mastered for the album, and then pretty much within the next week or so, we should have a date.
Nice. And then what's next? I presume touring it and stuff.
So
like
yeah,
that.
there'll be some promo in the US. We're trying to jump on a few tours in the US, and we've got a few shows. We've got a show out there, a radio show that we just found out yesterday. Leona Lewis was going to be at.
Oh, nice.
Red Latin, who's got a really big song called Fight Song at the moment.
Yeah.
Ex Ambassadors is going to be there, which are really good. Big fan of them.
We just need the date. Once we have a date, everybody on our team can work towards that date.
Yeah.
We're setting up other things around it. But until we have that, like, definite, this is when we're releasing the album, it's hard for us to book shows or to do promo. It has to be perfectly timed.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So how did Life of Dillon sort of begin? Like, obviously, I know you said about how you were writers before. Did you just kind of then decide, actually, we'll go for more of a, like, band image than...
No, I think we met about 8 years ago. Joe and Rob, Rob, the one that's not here, brothers, and our relationship was always just based on music. We made music from day one, and it was always with the idea of just making music, whether it was for ourselves or writing it for other people or pitching it. And we all had very different styles, so that's why we never even dreamed of being a band, or being.
We were all sort of like doing our own thing as like. When it came to an artist thing, but we just used to jam together. And, we had a little space that we could make music, and over the years we bought more equipment and built our studio up. And at some point, my brother I have another brother who got signed out here, and he had a hit song with Rex 3-2.
Oh, right, yeah.
Tractor. I don't know if you know it, but
who was it? Sorry, Tractor.
Marshall. That happened. It's sort of like. Sorry, what?
Who was it, sorry?
El Marshall.
Okay, cool.
And when that happened, we sort of all just realised that, like, music isn't a joke. Like, you can actually get somewhere with it. And we all just kept going, kept pressing forward and got better and better at what we do.
I think it was always, like, pushing each other as well. Yeah. Like, we'd always criticise each other's work.
Yeah,
even though, like, these guys weren't into, like, acoustic kind of songs. And, like, they were, but not in the style that I was making. And then... they would be doing like hip hop and R&B, and I'd give them my feedback, and then we'd still work on songs together. Like I would play some guitar for Rob to put on a beat, or write some guitar for Joe to sing to, and then we just end up meshing together. And finally, we kind of got to a point a year ago when we hit that crossroads, and we had so much music together that it was like we've said this before, that it was like the music that made the band rather than we decided to become a band and make music. Like we kind of naturally just formed like this band without saying, because we always thought it was a bit cheesy to be a band.
Yeah.
We didn't ever see ourselves, because we were never we were always in the studio making music, so we saw ourselves as more of like producers and writers who happened to have music together. And and it's only recently that we kind of got into the performing side, when Epic were like, so you guys are going to go on tour with Meghan Trainor. And we were like, cool, but we haven't really done much performing. And so we spent months and months kind of prior to that, rehearsal spaces, we played, Rob plays the keys and I play guitar, and Joe sings, but it was like, how do we create a performance that's going to last 30 dates on, in America, across America, on a tour bus, it was such a daunting task, to look at it and be like, how on earth are we going to do this? Let alone, all the talking between songs. You have, you really have to grow up learning how to do that. And we were kind of just dropped in the deep end and just forced to swim.
The biggest thing when it came to performing was like, because me and David have performed as just ourselves and together, like when we were like 16 years old, we started gigging around Kent and, you know, going to pubs and, you know, just performing and stuff. But it's so different doing it on your own as opposed to doing it in a group, because you've got to factor in the other two performers.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you mess up,
timing, harmonies.
If you mess up, you're going to throw them off. And then, you know, so like if you're on your own and you mess up, no one's going to know except you, and you can literally just keep going. But like if I mess up something, then that's going to throw him off, and then, you know, it's much harder. So that's one thing we had to work on.
And there was a few gigs in the beginning that, you know, were a bit kind of, eesh, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely.
I don't know what else to say.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I've definitely done. I've been a performer myself and stuff, and it's like I've definitely had times where I've once forgotten the words. That wasn't good, and I switched off the mic and pretended it didn't work.
Brown, you know, if you forget your words, just like make something up.
Yeah.
And
I turned off the mic and pretended it didn't work and hit it and was like, no, nothing.
That's a good one. I might steal that one.
Yeah. So what made you decide to incorporate like banjo sounds into the music? I love it. I think it's really unique and
I think that's just our background.
Yeah.
My dad used to make musical instruments a lot, and then over the last like kind of 5 to 6 years, he started making banjos, and he started picking it up and playing it a lot, and I would kind of learn off of him, and he gave me one. And I think, I don't know, I like the sound. I love country music, and I've always had this kind of vision of a kind of like acoustic mixed with like electronic, but I've never heard anything like it kind of thing. And then recently, I guess we started hearing a lot of kind of, you know, the Avicii kind of stuff with in EDM and stuff, and I was like, wow, you know, people are actually doing this and it's working. How can we do it and make it our sound, and, you know, put ukuleles in there and make it
the thing with like producing music and like being a creator of music is you want to experiment.
Of course.
Like David said, his dad makes musical instruments, and we had instruments lying around. Like you can download and, you know, get a load of electronic stuff or a load of stuff, you know, for the computer. You just buy it or download it or whatever. But the instruments, you know, they were just lying around, and we would just, you know, incorporate everything in to try and come out with something new, because you can't, you know, when you're in the studio every day, you can't just make the same thing
of course.
over and over. You got to try something different.
And like it's the same with every song we make. Like there's only, you know, in the album there's only one Overload, there's only one Bluebirds, there's only one Toys, and for everything we try and do something slightly different for it, because, you know, to be honest with you, we're in a singles market. You know, people aren't albums the way they used to. They want to hear that they're sold on individual tracks, and so you want to make every track as unique and awesome as possible, but at the same time having some sort of consistent thread. And I think our thread kind of like organic, natural instruments mixed with feel good stuff mixed with you know, some electronic sounds and that kind of that hard production.
No, that's cool. Has anything really scary ever happened to you, like on tour?
Or
not?
Maybe
yet?
the time there's just
there was a time that some travelers just showed up randomly at our tour bus and like kind of harassed us.
I mean, they were actually looking for Meghan Trainor, but when we got out, they started preaching to us, and it was pretty scary. Like I thought we were going to be robbed at one point. Like,
that sounds pretty scary.
Nothing too scary has happened on this tour. You know, most of Megan's fans are like 15 years old, so I'm pretty sure we can handle ourselves. But, you know, it's been like a whirlwind of events. Like, we've been across the whole country. We've met so many people. And I guess for me, like, the scariest points were when we messed up on stage. You know, because we were pretty new to it as a band. When we messed up, like there was one time, my brother would tell you if he was here, he was playing his drums and he hit the drums so hard, the bloody thing fell over. That is not a good look.
To be fair, I thought it was a good look. I thought it was kind of funny, like, and people were laughing.
Yeah, I just love it.
There was that one time, I don't know what happened, but the sound in your guitar just
just cut out.
Cut out.
We were just singing like a cappella, like on the thing, because
Yeah, like I don't know what happens, you know, with the technicians or whatever, but the sound just cut out, and we just had to go with it.
And it's not like you want to stop and be like, "Yo, whose fault is this?" Like,
yeah. Wait, who am I blaming? Which one of you was
you
it?
kind of just have to be like, whatever. Like,
just go with it.
This was meant to happen. We just wanted to show off our amazing vocals.
Yeah, and in fact, they did fix it, and it came back on.
It came back on in the chorus, just as the chorus began, so people thought it was like planned, but it wasn't. It wasn't planned. Yeah, I think things like that are the ones that like got me the most, because you know you spent so much time rehearsing. There's like 10,000 people out there. They've all spent good money to come see a good show, and then something technical messes up, and you're just thinking, you know, what is everyone else thinking? You know, like I hope they don't notice. Like I hope I can still give them a good show, so that they walk away, you know, feeling like they got their money's worth.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Have any of you got any disgusting habits?
Disgusting habits. Nothing I'd like to admit, if I'm honest.
That's fair enough.
Do you have any disgusting habits?
Is that me?
No. Anyway, this isn't about me. Usually being in a band is meant to be like really rock and roll. Are there any of you that are, or who's the least rock and roll in the band?
You know what? I think we're all equally
not rock and roll,
unrock and roll as each other. I think we were on tour, and you know our bus driver would be telling us like all these crazy stories of bands that were doing these crazy things. Like, you know, he would go in the back and there'd be like an orgy or something, or he'd be, you know, they were like throwing salami, cold ham at girls' bums and stuff. You know,
if it would stick,
just because they were bored.
Yeah.
You know, and you know,
I think
that the most we would do is maybe drink a beer on the.
No, we partied. We did go out like a few times and had like a good time, but we're pretty focused. You know, like a lot of people who are like just rocking and rolling, they don't write their own music for starters. They don't do their own social media. You know, then like we're kind of doing a lot. We're published. We're signed to a record label, and we have like things that we have to do. We had to finish our album on the road. We had no one was doing our social media. That was all us talking and replying back to everybody, and that stuff actually takes a lot of time.
You know, you just want to go to bed. Like you're just so tired.
We'd be up like quite early. You know, and the photos and signing CDs and merchandise stuff would go on till late. And by the time it's done, you know, this is the reality of it. By the time you're done, it's like 11:30, and you've got to get back on the bus and drive to the next city. You know, if like we were in one place, man, I would have gone out. You know, like every city we went to, every show we did, there were people that wanted to buy us drinks and take us out. You know, like I remember we went to Point Pleasant in New Jersey, and so right after the show, some guy's like, "Yo, I got a yacht. Come on the yacht, let's party." You know, I got girls, I got this, and it's like, you know, I'd love to, but we've got to get going. We've got to go to the next city, or we've got to catch a flight. And the whole tour, as much as it was like a really amazing experience, it was a lot of hard work. And
of course.
A big hustle to make it, you know, just impact. I think the bigger we get, the more rock and roll things might get, because we can afford to do it. But right now, we're still like in the beginning of our careers.
We don't take this for granted. Like it took us a long time to get here.
Yeah, of course.
We don't want to lose where we're at, and we don't want to lose like the relationships we have with people. And
I feel like
you can start doing the rock and roll thing, but you end up
like it's easy to get ahead of yourself, because there's so much money flying around you, being spent on you, hotels and fancy restaurants and stuff like that, and everybody's schmoozing you. But like we're like level-headed, down-to-earth people. Like I know what it feels like to be broke. I don't want to go back there. I want to make my career, our career, happen. And, you know, have a lot of fun on the way, but like we're focused to the point where right now that's not our focus. Our focus is getting people to hear our music and, you know, them appreciate it. We've worked for months in the studio making this record, and we want people to hear it.
And we've got an option where we're with an agent, and we've asked them to like, you know, give us as many tickets as they can to shows, because we want to go and we want to meet artists, and we want to meet you, which we haven't had a chance to do. So now we're like hustling back, you know, after the show, we'll be like, right, you ready to like rush backstage and like try and meet this person, like whether it's Tori Kelly or Halsey or Alicia Cara or any of these artists, because it's still, you know, you're still trying to like we're just like
the mistake,
ordinary people.
The mistake people make is they think because they see you on TV that you just made it.
Yeah,
you know. But like it's when people get there, it's their hustle now becomes staying there. You know, because there's a million musicians out there, and like you gotta be focused.
We were at BBC in the Proms last night in Hyde Park, and we were trying to rush backstage to meet the Jacksons.
Nice.
You know, like I don't know why. I mean, it just would have been cool to meet them.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm a fan of that whole like era of music.
Oh yeah, me
Jackson
too.
5 and like Michael Jackson's one of my favorite artists of all time. So you know, to have met them would have been great, but you know, we didn't get to meet them. But I watched them.
Not yet. You know, they'll be on album number 2, like featured artist. It'll be fine.
That'd be amazing.
Wait for it.
Amazing.
What really grinds your gears? What winds you up?
What winds me up?
What gets on your nerves?
I think you know, inconsiderate people wind me up. That gets me going. Like when you know, I like to think that, you know, I think of other people sometimes before myself, and when someone doesn't show that kind of same love, it's a kind of a bit that winds me up.
You know what winds me up, right? Is when you organize to meet up with someone, and it's like, yeah, cool, like let's do it, let's go here. And on the day they don't answer their phone.
Something's come up. Sorry.
That is the most annoying thing on the planet.
Rob got asked this question one time, and I have to share. Yeah, no. I have to share with you his answer. He got asked this, and it was on like something on like a live TV thing or like a live, and he said it was when people put when you wash a teaspoon and you put it in up, so the little water stays in the top, right? And sometimes it leaves like a little ring.
Yeah. Nice.
Turn the damn spoon over.
That's quite funny. I can sort of relate actually as well. That's quite funny.
Right. That's
nice.
A good one.
So I just wondered if it was going to be like stupid interviews or like.
Right. When people call us up on a Sunday and want to talk about like, you know, what our West.
So other than music, is there anything you're really passionate about?
We like to stay healthy. We're really, you know, we like to think that we are of that generation where you need to look after yourself if you want to live a long life. You know, you can't just be going out there. But you know, we were on the road, so we had to find, you know, and in America as well. You can imagine, like when you're in Central America, there's a lot of fast food. So eat healthy, stay healthy, be active,
and your family. I think you know. It's so easy to take people for granted until like something happens. You know, it's just being about your family and not taking that for granted. I think it's like
they will always be there to support you. So you know, make sure you're there when things are going well for you too. Yeah.
Just a couple more questions then, and then a game of Would You Rather. Sorry, what was the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you ever?
Most embarrassing thing. This one time I was, in an assembly, and you know when you get like a dead leg.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to this guy I had a massive crush on, and I stood up like when the teacher's like, "Oh, it's your time to stand up now." I stood up, and dude, I walked, and I was trying so hard not to fall over because my whole leg was dead, and I just collapsed, That was probably one of the most embarrassing
That's quite embarrassing, yeah. Anything?
I don't really have that many.
Come on, Joe. No. Dig deep.
No, that's okay.
I'm thinking, but I don't really have.
No, don't worry. That's fine. What music have you been listening to most recently?
Most recently, Halsey.
Yeah,
checked her out. Tori Kelly, loving her music. I think we listen to a lot of Spotify playlists. So you kind of hear those just songs everyone listens to, like The Weeknd.
One of the new soundtracks we were listening to in America was Dr. Dre's new album.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah. We find the Beats radio. Apple is really good. You find some really cool stuff on there. They're quite out there with their music.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is really cool. What about you? Have you got any recommendations?
Life of Dillon. No, oh god, I don't know. I've just been listening to loads really. I've just got a new car, so it's got a USB thing, so I've just been piling loads of music on. I'll listen to everything. But I do like Rachel Platt in the song. I think that's really good. What else have I been listening to? God, just a bit of everything, really.
Oh, there's that new guy, Troye Sivan. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him. I haven't listened.
Check out his EP. It's so good.
Okay, I'll give that a listen, definitely. Yeah, no, I think just I mean I've got quite an eclectic taste, so I just kind of tend to listen to a bit of everything, really. Even some of the songs from like Empire. What was that?
Years and Years.
Really yes, good. I love them. They're really good. I'm going to see them, I think, in November time. And the 1975. I love them. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Big fan of them. But yeah, so yeah, just a bit of everything. All right then. Yeah, let's go for Would You Rather then. So there's 3 levels. There's tame, then there's awkward, and then there's WTF. So yeah. Okay, so the tame level. Would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
I'd rather have a.
God, where's the eye gonna go? Right there.
Yeah, right in the centre there.
And where's the arm?
Probably rather have a third arm.
Yeah, underneath the other.
Yeah, third arm.
Third arm. You can produce more music. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can play more instruments. That would be
would you rather go through life unable to ask any questions or unable to answer any questions?
I'd rather
unable to answer.
Yeah, I'd rather be able to ask so you can at least learn.
And like people love a mysterious guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Would you rather be super strong or super fast?
Ask.
What was that? Sorry.
Super fast.
Cool.
Come on now.
Super strong. I'm really strong.
Can't even touch me from super fast.
I said I'm gonna go with the strong.
Okay. Cool. Divided. Would you rather live in a Disney? Would you rather live in the Disney universe or a Looney Tunes universe?
Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Disney.
Cool. No one said Looney Tunes yet, so it's all good.
Our logo was inspired slightly by the whole like Disney thing. How it's like I don't know, just how like it appeals to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted our music to be something similar that kids would love it, but also adults would love it.
Also, in Looney Tunes, people get hurt all the time.
That's
like,
true.
A lot. Like in Disney World, like it's a happy ending. Like you're gonna be good.
Although I have to say, with Looney Tunes, sometimes I did just want Wile E. Coyote to catch Roadrunner. Just catch him, kill him, then he can come back next episode. It's fine. Okay, awkward level. Would you rather always speak your mind or never speak again?
I'd rather always speak my mind.
Yeah.
These people know what it is.
Speak my mind.
Yeah, cool. Have to listen to Gangnam Style or Harlem Shake for the rest of your life?
Which one?
Gangnam Style or Harlem Shake?
Oh, Gangnam Style.
Yeah. Like lyrics to that. Even though I can't understand them. Could learn.
Okay, and then last one for this level. Have your thoughts broadcast so everyone knows what you're thinking all the time, or never be able to wear clothes again, but be able to keep your thoughts to yourself?
Ooh, they're gonna have to be the thoughts out there because, like I'd rather just be honest. Like, and if people don't like me for who I am,
you get to know who's like,
Yeah, fair enough. All right, WTF level then. Would you rather discover life on another planet or find out once and for all if God was real?
Find out if God is real.
Yeah, God was real.
Come on now.
I meant like prove so you could prove it to everyone.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, cool.
You didn't mean by
That's cool. Would you rather make out with a horse or suck a cow's udder?
Probably make out with a horse.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to like go
there. Would you rather eat a live slug or drink a pint of gone off milk?
Eat the slug.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. The milk will make me like at least by eating the slug, it's like an animalistic thing, you know. Like it's like that's people probably did that once upon a time.
Yeah.
Like don't drink gone off milk. Like come on.
Yeah. I might go with milk,
No, man.
All right, and last one. Would you rather use sandpaper for toilet paper or vinegar for eye drops?
Probably
vinegar for eye drops.
Yeah.
At least the pain would be gone quite quick.
Right, exactly. And maybe wash it out. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to me. It's truly been a pleasure, and I can't wait for the album. Good luck with the album release, and yeah, maybe I was going to say, maybe do you reckon I could come and review a gig of yours or something sometime when you're in the UK?
Absolutely. Yes. So we have this gig on Thursday, but unfortunately, like, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Charlie Puth is massive, and then we have like no guest list tickets left, which is really.
Oh, the connection's gone a bit.
But yeah, we'll definitely hook you up.
Our first show in the UK ever was actually in Brighton.
Oh, really?
So hopefully we come back down there.
Whereabouts in Brighton was it?
Yeah, it was. It was kind of very low key, like under the radar. Let's see if we can actually like try and get something together. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back.
Oh, cool. Oh, it's gone a bit funny.
I feel like the signal has got really bad here.
Yeah, it has. All right, well, thanks very much. But yeah, I'll end the interview here. But thanks very much again for taking the time to talk to me.
You're very welcome, man.
Cheers.
Lovely to talk to you, and hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Brilliant.
All right,
thanks. Cheers. Bye.